The date is 5/15/2013. In the vehicle is myself, Laura, Chris, and Ed, and the time is 7:40. It's like 7:40 p.m. and we're on our way back to the Toledo City Council meeting that we were just at to inform them that their microphones are off. And it's supposed to be a live stream so that people in our community can watch it, and it's kind of pointless when the mics are off.
I definitely would say that.
It's like watching a still frame picture.
Yes, that's what I was told.
So I'm going to hand this recorder to Ed so that he can run in there and let them know that their mics are off.
Thank you. Ed Johnston's got the recorder in his hand. Getting ready to enter the City of Toledo Police Department, where Officer Pitcher is driving up. 240040 is his E-plate. Stop right now. Drop me off. So, just want to make sure your picture is on the record. He is at the stop sign. Don't know what he's up to, but I know the police chief is still here because his vehicle is still in the parking lot. So I'm walking into the City of Toledo City Council meeting for a record.
$2,564,000. Our bids for all three schedules that came in yesterday came in at 1.9 million. So we recognize a significant savings here. And for example, and the one notable project that I think probably created some of the greatest anxiety for me moving into this project, and what is allowing me to feel really comfortable right now as I transition away from this role and responsibility, has to do with the Skyline Reservoir, the new tank. This is a 1.9 million gallon glass fused to steel reservoir that will be built on Skyline Drive. The engineer's estimate for that cost is right at $2 million. Our lowest bid, for which the apparent low bidder right now is Shear and Associates. We received 2 bids for the tank, and the apparent low bidder is 1.2 million. So if we look back to when we completed the water master plan, and the cost estimate that we used in 2010 to construct the tank was just about that cost at that time. So recognizing a significant net benefit, because the market right now is favorable for projects like this. So I really have to commend council, the city manager, the city attorney, and all those that have worked on these projects, labored diligently to bring this forward as quickly as possible, because we're recognizing real benefit in a market where bids are phenomenally lower than what we've seen in the past. The second bid for the tank was from Engineering America, and their bid was competitive at $1.3 million. This is the contractor that constructed the tank in Siletz, the most recent tank built in this area. So where do we go from here? Well, right now we're going through the process of developing the contract with the lowest bidders for these various schedules. I can tell you that we won't be working with one prime contractor. We'll be working with 3 prime contractors. The contractor that is the apparent low bidder for the pump stations, the 2 pump stations built as part of this phase, for the project is DSL Builders, and their bid was $379,000. The engineer's estimate for those 2 pump stations was $620,000. The distribution improvements, these are the improvements throughout the distribution system to replace deficient piping to improve our fire flows. Engineer's estimate was $440,000. Raywells Incorporated is the apparent low bidder there with $399,000. So all of the scheduled bids came in well below the engineer's estimate. So there'll be more to come on that for you as you approve the award contract to these various contractors in the weeks and months to come. In addition to phase 1, phase 2 is continue to go along in a parallel track on schedule, on time, within budget expectations. We did receive on Tuesday 75% design completion of the intake. This is the intake structure along the Select River, along with the design for the replacement of the Lala Reservoir crossing. This set, in order to be compliant with the Water Resources Departments, will be sent in for review, or has been sent in for review there as well. So this project is moving along very nicely.
I have 2 questions.
Yes.
One is, I assume that the bids that came in matched your specs fairly exactly.
Yes.
And the second is, were any of the bidders, especially any of the apparent low bidders, local or Oregon-based companies?
Both of the contractors for both the pump stations and the distribution system are local contractors, local Salem, and I believe Astoria area. We broke these out into schedules to make them competitive or available for specific bonding thresholds, so that they would allow for local contractors to bid. And we did have several local contractors that bid on them. The schedules for these projects are pretty tight. Specifications are as well. So the detailed schedules, they have to bid per schedule. So with each contractor has to bid specific for that. So you're really balancing that out fairly evenly.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
You're not going to be here for the award.
Yeah, just a quick second, I had a quick question to ask the mayor and city council. The mic on the camera, as I just got a phone call from somebody, this was not on, it was muted, so people cannot see on live stream. So for record, I want to make sure, and I will recheck the record on this video to make sure everything I stated was recorded in the recorder's record in that structure. Thank you very much. It was not on, what I'm told. So until I can verify it after it's aired, and then I'll go on.
We're still having some technical problems with.
Well, I'm just saying is legally, I already know the funding on it. I went through all this back in 1999, the whole structure for this with the Senate bills and how the program worked and how it was saved in this county. I personally know it. Thank you.
All right.
Technical problems are not an excuse. Thank you.
Ed.
Please think about what you're doing, okay?
I know.
I know you want to say your piece, and I understand that, and you have every right to do that. But there's a time to do that, okay? I don't want you to step beyond the point that I got to do something. Okay?
I'm not stepping beyond any point, Chief.
Okay. We've known each other a long time.
Yes, sir. I just had to make sure it was on record. You got to understand there's other people watching this video beside myself.
But when you have a high school video crew.
I understand all that, and we already know it. The technical difficulties have been going on since 2010.
There's two ways
the first night of the ordinance.
Just let me finish,
I'm sorry.
okay? There's two different kind of recordings that are going on right now. the recording that's going on, that's the public recording that you see and everything. They're having
Right,
problems from
okay.
video. There's also recording going on. You where Nancy sits there and she's
Right,
typing the
right.
stuff. She has a recording going on there too.
Right, I know she has to
So-
do that by record. I'm just
Yes, and
confirming, no disrespect, Chief. I mean, we've known each other a long time. What I'm saying is the program, we know the structure, the funding's been there, we know with Charter Communications, with the whole structure, how they're supposed to pay out, and if they have problems, they're supposed to get it resolved in a certain amount of days through the contracts, and I'm
Right.
well aware of it.
Right.
So there should be no problems per se, because they're supposed to be...
Have you dealt with Charter?
Well, yes, I have.
Yeah,
I
so-
know all, I understand.
And there's problems dealing with Charter. You fix
with
it,
due
and then
respect to both of us, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we do. We went off of Charter at the police station because of the problems that.
No, I understand that, and that's why the other point, when I have a problem when they shift the 911 numbers over to Lane County.
No, we don't do that.
I know you didn't do that, but
No,
I'm
we
saying,
didn't do that.
And hopefully you guys keep yours.
We
because
are,
the
in
other-
fact, I'm going to talk about that tonight. And my piece of it is that what we're working on is a backup plan with Lincoln City because there's only 2 agencies in here now.
Right.
And so if Lincoln City goes down, they'll switch here.
Right.
If we go down, then we switch there.
Okay, I
And so
can
that's where
respect that, but I'm just having some difficulties without my rights being honored and is being violated. Like I said, you understand the codes, you understand vehicle codes, and I shouldn't be harassed in these manners.
Ed,
Okay.
Ed, let me talk. Okay, let me tell you something. I reviewed the tape on your traffic stop.
I'm waiting for a
Okay?
copy of it.
So I reviewed the tape,
I want a full copy of it.
and I'm telling you, okay, right now, okay, your tags were expired.
Where
okay?
is the law
So-
that says it? I just read
Ed,
the law
I'll tell you what,
tonight.
Ed,
Read the.
let me send. I will send you the
Okay.
information. Okay, I have your email address,
Okay,
right?
yes, and I expect
Okay.
that. And you can send
And
it by
then-
mail too.
And then I will talk to you and give you the information that we have.
But
okay?
you're going by commercial code. You're not going
I will
by
show
this-
you-
I just read the Oregon State revised statutes that
Yes,
you have
that's
to go
exactly
by.
where I go by.
Okay,
Yes?
and how come I'm being harassed when I have a legal right by ORS and by the Supreme
And
Court and the
ORS
Oregon
says-
State Supreme
ORS
Court?
says you have to have an Oregon
No,
a
it
driver's
does not.
license.
I just read the law tonight that
Okay,
says
I will send
that.
you. I will show you and send you.
That's
the
why I
laws that
said
we go
all
by.
conversations
Okay.
with the city council and stuff, except for my public testimony and what's coming down, will be handled through the senator and the Republicans' offices. What's coming down?
Okay.
Okay, because I'm not going to continue. I mean, we've been through this. I mean, you remember 2004 when you got back from Iraq, standing there when my neighbors were making false police reports on me. Correct?
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
I know these things are going.
all right, and so I'm being constantly attacked and stuff, and where are my rights being protected? Not at all. Everybody's going by ORSs or statutes, but they don't have any legal authority when it comes down to it, because I'm not a commercial person.
Let me explain something to you.
Okay.
When I saw that tape of the traffic stop, and you accused my officer of all kinds of different things, an officer, a brand new officer. Let me finish.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
it's my turn right now.
Yes, absolutely.
My officer is a brand new officer. He knew who you were, but he had never met you before.
Yes, he has.
And
But
when you no,
he's met me twice in his courtroom, and he's met me 3 times in city council meetings.
not this officer. There's been other
Pitcher.
officers that have met.
We're talking
you.
about Pitcher. Yeah, I know.
Okay, so when you come out and you make certain threats to him,
I didn't make any threats. I came out and asked him, by federal law, you cannot use your lights on unless it's a life and death situation. That's federal law.
let me explain what
Okay.
could have happened there. Okay,
Well, we can't go by theories because you can't use a theory in
I
the
can
courtroom.
tell you what a police officer will do. Okay.
So can I. I know. I've been there.
Okay. All right, then we don't want to talk about that.
No, go ahead.
Okay.
I mean, maybe you got a point that I don't know. I mean,
Okay.
I'm always learning. I'm always learning to
looking
learn.
out for your safety, and I don't want you to do some reactions that cause a police officer to do something.
I've never done that. As long
You
as
did
you've
it,
known me,
But
I've
these
never
guys
done
don't
it.
know you like I know you. Okay.
You're the chief. You're supposed to let them know what goes on in the community, what's going on.
I cannot watch them 24 hours
But
and
why
tell
would he
them
sit
that
there and
when
pull
he
me
tells
over
you
and
you
start
get into your car,
Why would he pull me
He knows
over?
that you carry a gun.
Well, we're not.
Okay.
Where did that come from? That was not part of the structure. I have a Second Amendment right that gives me.
You're right. That's what I'm saying.
All right, but see, they need to be taught to know what a person is or who they are in the community
Ed,
instead of
Ed,
going by a number. Well, okay, fair.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. You scare people. Okay.
I-
You know that.
No, I don't, because I don't scare people. I just stand up for my rights. That's what people are scared about, because I won't comply.
No,
I've never signed my rights away. I won't comply.
It's not that. Okay, there's some things that you do that frighten people. Okay.
Oh, well, when I get my house robbed and people do threatenings, what they did to Mary and me and the kids, you know exactly what happened with me and Mary and the kids.
Yes.
And how we were
I
attacked
do.
by the school district and everybody.
I understand that, but now you're living in today, and you're dealing with people in here that see this here.
Correct. All right, fair.
And they're frightened because they do not know you.
They don't understand all the circumstances.
Exactly.
That's fair. I can respect that.
And they're afraid.
But who are really afraid? Everybody in town doesn't have a problem with me.
No, that's not true.
Okay. It's all public employees that do.
Listen, Ed. The thing is, what's going on that's happened in the world today with all the bombings and shootings and things like
paranoia
that
is very much on people's
very much on people's minds right now.
Well, where are we going to start teaching our children respect and responsibility instead of fear?
Well, I would like to, but
why? You just said it. You would like to.
Yeah.
You got a police department. We could do
but
that.
I cannot parent children. That is a parent's job to do that.
A constitution, respect in the court and the Supreme Court law, right? But what I'm saying on some of the structure, with due respect in your position, instead of teaching kids fear in the structure of police, I mean, because you know how kids react to cops now, they're scared.
Well, I mean, that's why I have an Explorer program.
I know that, but it's teaching them their constitution and responsibility as they're growing up, and if they're part of the Explorer program, teaching them what the statute law is and the constitutional law, and the Supreme Court judgment supersedes all of them. Okay, and if they understood their rights, you know, I mean, because I get attacked for standing my rights up. I mean, I just met with the Senator, Republican Party. Everybody knows it's been in recorded in history. As you know, I've been turning in the evidence for 20 years at the Capitol. Everybody started realizing what I've been saying all these years. Okay, and I respectfully understand that. That's why I said tonight, it's learning to make amends. If we're going to believe in a structure, is how do we get to the end result of not having paranoia and misleading information?
Here's what I want to share you tonight to help you with the city council, okay? You have this block of time, okay? You're saying some important stuff, but you're also rambling on of other things
that probably not pertaining to what I'm saying. Okay,
so
that's fair.
You're not getting your point across.
The complete point across.
And you run out of time.
My complete point across. I understand.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, if whatever your point is, you know, in
we'll go by Robert Rules of Order and that's structure. Okay, fair.
Exactly. So whatever that period of time is, you identify what exactly you want to say in that 5 minutes. And then if you want to say more, you got to hold it to the next time.
Okay, I can respect that, yeah.
So that's what you need to look at to do.
But on the other point, this is the one thing that people are realizing that, you know, citizens are different than the corporation structure. And it's slowly going across the country now that...
Here's the problem, Ed. You're confusing people. Okay, because not everybody understands that.
But I'm talking legally and stuff like that. And I understand that point.
You're talking at a different level than you need to talk at the layman level. That everybody can understand what you're talking about. Because you're talking to an audience that might not be at the level that you're at. And so what you want to do is get your point across to the masses, okay? But you look at education and what people know about, and you want to put it at a level that they can understand. And you're speaking way above. People don't understand that.
Yes, I do understand that point. You understand some more than others, and I understand that point.
Yeah, because I've been around long enough to know what's going on. So I would just ask you that when you get your 5 minutes, and that you think ahead of time before you get here. You write it down, you look and say, okay, how long is it? Maybe even practice what you're saying. How long is it going to take for me? This is my main point that I want to get across tonight.
Right.
Okay? And so this is what I want to do. And then you know, maybe time yourself. And say, okay, it's going to take 5 minutes. And then you're done. Because nobody's going to interrupt you for that 5 minutes. But once this time is done,
well, I understand, because people don't want to ask questions on certain things because they're terrified of the other side of opening up the time clock again. I understand that point, so you know what I'm talking about.
Well, and sometimes when they ask if they ask a certain question, then they know that this question is going to take longer than we really have tonight.
Right, I get you. Well, everybody's learning. You got to understand.
Exactly.
We're all learning. I've been opening up people's eyes for some time, and people are finally putting pieces together.
So I'm just telling you that.
But I'm telling you,
certain people are afraid that
but I don't expect to be pulled over and harassed when I'm traveling by Oregon State ORS and statute.
I'll just flat out tell you. If you have your license,
you buy it for me because I'm disabled, and the federal government, your union already got the money for that.
I don't even have a union. I'm not in the union.
The city corporation is, and insurance factors are union contracts.
No, I'm not in a union contract. No.
Okay,
I'm what's called an at-will employee.
Oh, well, I got to read your contract with the city.
Yeah,
I better look at your contract.
Now, my police officers are in the union contract.
Right.
But I am not. Myself is not, and neither is my sergeant, and neither is Maria. She's not in the union contract either.
No, and Maria's a good lady.
Yeah,
I understand. And you guys have done some things, and I know it's been frustrating on both parts with us in some regards.
My officers don't want to.
Then tell them quit harassing me.
I can't do that when you drive a vehicle
Where
that is not
tagged. The ORS?
Okay, we already went through this. Okay,
I've got the law. I've already sent it to you. You've got it from the senator? The governor's office is getting involved?
I'm still going through it. You sent me 25 pages full of stuff. I'm still going, and some of it, I'm going in there going, what?
The police handbook says, in commercial zone, when you open the police handbook, and the last one I got was 93-95.
They don't have a police handbook anymore.
Okay, like I said, the last one I have is 93-95. And it says commercial zone on it.
Yeah.
There's a difference of commercial.
Let me get you what we are going by. Okay?
Right, but see, you're violating.
No, we're not violating.
Yes, you are. This is what I'm trying to explain to you.
No, we're not, Ed.
Okay, well, like I said, that's why every time that we have a conflict or you have a problem with me, you're supposed to get a hold of the senator. That's what I'm recording, and you have a copy of that. And that video and our conversation is on YouTube now. And so this way you can see, because you're a member of a corporation. I'm not a member of your corporation. My birth certificate, as you know by state and federal law, is I'm telling you the law as I know it, as it's said in the Oregon State Constitution and our treaties with the British government, and it's on my website. Okay? And I just got through, at the Senate, where they even did that.
And talk to me a little bit about, because I don't quite understand the British government piece of it.
Okay.
Because
let me put it this way.
For me, I don't go with the British government. Okay.
No, but you got to understand.
I'm the United States government.
Right. No, you are running under the fact, that's what I'm trying to explain to you on certain things. That's why I've sent you certain things over the years, trying to get you to read the federal court cases and the structure. All right? The British government, March 3rd, 1997, type it on the internet, British government, Social Security. William Jefferson Clinton signed your Social Security over to the British government, the Public Employees Union, all right, made it from a right to a benefit. All right, Social Security, on your original Social Security card, because you're roughly my age, no disrespect, all right, on that thing it says it's a right. On my Social Security card it says it's a right, not a benefit. All right?
Yeah, because they can take the Social Security.
No, they cannot. That was not passed until William Jefferson Clinton signed it over, but that only applies, and that's what Congress is arguing right now, all right? It only applies to the public employees, and this is what they're figuring out and having arguments with up at the Capitol. The federal government. Remember, Washington, D.C., by their authority, is 10 square miles in. That's it. That's by de facto structure and when it's written. And there's extended tentacles, and people are waking up. You know about the marches that are getting ready. So, I mean, and I know that's what you're getting ready for preparing us on the other side. And it's scary that we have to sit there and we're going to, it's scary that we're in that type of phase instead of reading our structure of our foundation of this country and respecting one another instead of going back and forth with arguments. I mean, I know your side. I was there. I used to be a court collector. I did all this stuff, and I understood it on both sides. That's
okay,
why,
I got to get back in here.
No disrespect,
I have to do my thing. Okay.
All right, yeah.
So, I want to sit down and talk with you about this more.
Okay.
Okay.
I would like that. And the other point that would be great, too, like I said, I'm going to be traveling. And your response just has to go to the senator right now. This is what's going on. You know how chain of command works. Through the city council and everything.
Let me tell you what's going to happen, okay? If you're traveling in a vehicle that we see that is not registered, you will receive a citation. All I ask is during that period of time, Just take the citation.
And video and audio record it, because I'm still waiting for your copy, because I'll put another one in, another request.
Please don't get upset and make a big scene.
I will, because you're harassing and threatening me.
If you...
That's
I don't want you to
proven
go down
in
the
federal
point.
court.
I don't want you to go down the road where it's disorderly conduct. That's what
I'm not doing disorderly conduct, nor have I ever done it. You know that.
Do you know what disorderly conduct is?
Yes.
Okay, read the law on that.
I do, and I do know it.
Okay,
I've never done disorderly conduct.
I'm trying to help you out, so
you're trying to walk through another worm here.
No,
and
I'm not trying to walk through any worm.
I understand the point. You know, that's why the whole point with the emails and the other stuff you're going to be getting, you know, it's going through the Senate, and the governor's already advised. So is the House on the Republican Party side. So is Congress. All right. As when 2006, when the assassination attempts, and by putting me in federal prison by the mayor and city council, what did the Inspector General's report said? Because I never signed my rights away, because that's why you guys are after me? That's in the Inspector General's report. Okay?
I haven't seen that report.
Everybody's had a copy of it.
Well, I'm not.
And so, maybe you better call the marshal's office and ask them for theirs. And you understand how the marshals work.
Okay, Ed.
Anyhow, God bless you, sir. You have a good night.
Hey, Chief.
Yeah, that's what we were just discussing. And how you doing, guy? Hopefully nobody's been in my house here lately from you guys. Anyhow, you guys have a good night.
You ready?
Did you record all that?
Damn right, I never turned it off.
26 minutes. Oh my God.
I never turned it off.
The time is now...
I have my phone. Hold on 1 second. My phone does not tell.
And the other officer who was the last officer
The time is now...
home showed up.
8:07 p.m. And that was Ed Johnson and Toledo Chief of Police, David Enyeart.